Now, despite Kevin Durant chasing LeBron James for the title of best player in the league, they both praised one another over the years and have had a significant history both on and off the court. LeBron even sat down post-game and had specific words about how the Warriors improved adding Durant to their team, and this came right after he dropped 43 points to take a 3-0 lead in the finals. But LeBron talked about this and said, he's one of the best players that I've ever played against and that the league has ever seen. His ability to handle the ball, shoot the ball, make plays at his length, at his size, at his speed. So there it is. The very next day, more questions came to LeBron about KD before the Warriors closed out the series in Game 4. But at that point in time, James was asked about the 2012 NBA Finals when his Miami Heat beat Durant and the OKC Thunder. Durant was only 23 at that time, and the question was whether James saw KD's potential at that time. And he said, yeah, I thought it'd be an OKC. I thought we'd have to face them for a while. So yeah, absolutely, who wouldn't see that? Then LeBron was asked if there was anything KD showed him during that series, and he said, I don't know, I mean it's Kevin Durant at 23, it's Kevin Durant at 18, it's Kevin Durant at 20, 21, 22. There was nothing Kevin Durant had to show me at 23 to make me be like, oh, years from now he would be, nah, it's Kevin Durant. He was great at 23, and as you get older and older, your game gets even more and more seasoned. But other than that, everyone knew that was Kevin Durant, so it's not like you'd think he would fizzle out. We knew he was built for greatness since the time he was drafted. I mean, everyone knew that besides Portland, I guess, as LeBron took a jab at the Blazers for passing undrafted KD number 1. Now, recently during this season, after controversy stirred up about Kevin Durant calling being around LeBron toxic, he had a lot to say in response. James said, I don't feel like it's ever been toxic around me. When I hear toxic, I automatically think like, toxic means you don't ever want to be around that, because it's almost like a fatal disease. You don't want to be around that. Got a phone call from KD, we talked about it. He mentioned how he felt and how he felt the story took a twist. And as a man, I don't hold on to things too long. I'm too happy in life right now, and I don't hold on to anything that would take away from my happiness. Listen, he told me how he felt and he apologized on how it came out, and I said, alright, we'll move on from there. Now, when Anthony Davis shocked the world and made it public that he no longer wanted to be a part of the Pelicans organization, many players around the league, including Kevin Durant, had both things to say about it, as well as offering advice to the young star. When KD was asked about the trade demand and if players around the league began talking about it, he said, it's definitely a topic of conversation. All NBA news is. I mean, it's not that serious, so it's like, why not talk about it? So AD wanted to play basketball somewhere else. It's not like the president's shutting down the government. It's just basketball, so of course we talk about it. We all as players, we want guys to do exactly what they want to do in this league. We have a short amount of time, so why not do what you want? But this definitely isn't the first time that KD talked about AD. Back in 2014, when Durant was in line to win MVP, Anthony Davis sent him a text to congratulate him, and KD responded by saying, you're on your way to get it. Davis was stunned with that type of response, and he talked about it, saying, it was shocking for a guy who knows what it takes to win an MVP award telling me that I'm on my way. It means he sees something in me. That means a lot, especially from one of the best players in the league right now, if not the best. It just meant a lot. It made me want to work even harder. Durant followed his statement up by saying, I know how good he's gonna be. I know how good he is now, but I know how good he's gonna be. He's an MVP caliber player, so he's next. He's next in line. A guy that's grown so much in just a year. I'm excited to see what he does from here. He's definitely on pace. You could tell he's getting bulkier, getting bigger, more confident. You could tell he's working. I'm excited for him. He's a good friend of mine. I've seen him since he was a junior in high school. His growth from then to now is just phenomenal. He's just growing every single day. He's moving up the ladder every single day. It's scary, scary. Now, during the playoffs last year after the Warriors-Pelicans series, Kevin Durant had some words on the court for Anthony after the game, and when KD was met for the post-game conference, he was asked about what he said to AD, with Durant replying, I told him I'd see him in the summer and that he's gotten so much better. Like, I remember seeing him as an 18-year-old because we went to London in 2012 for the Olympic team, and I'm talking we had Kobe, Bron, myself, CP3, Melo, Russ, James Harden, and some real good players, and you could tell he was gonna be really special at that early age with the stuff he was doing back then. Just to see where he is now, like it's gonna be dangerous for people coming up here soon because he can do everything. He can shoot the hook shot, pick and roll, and catch lobs. So he's just getting more comfortable, and this playoff experience is gonna help as well. I'm just glad I got the opportunity to compete against somebody like that, when it really means something in the playoffs. And you could just see the growth he's gone through as a player, so I can appreciate that. Now, with Giannis coming off an MVP season, and although his dominance in the East prevailed, he doesn't feel he deserves the crown for league's best. When Giannis was asked why, he said, you know me. I'm not gonna say I'm not, and I'm not gonna say I am better than LeBron or KD, because I wanna feel like I always have somebody to chase. I wanna feel like I can always get better. LeBron is one of the greatest guys to ever play. KD is one of the greatest scorers to ever play the game. They've been doing it for a long time. That's what I wanna do. I want to be in my 14th, 15th year in the league and still be doing what I'm doing today and even better. Durant has always praised Giannis back then and shared some special words to the media about Giannis earlier on in his career, and he said, I saw how badly he wanted it at an early age, and he just played relentless. He blocked one of my shots bad his first year in the league, and it really put me on my toes like, alright, this guy came tonight. I'm gonna have to really bring it tonight. I saw a picture of Giannis from his rookie year and one of him today, and just the growth of his body is amazing. Man, he just looks like a totally different person. It's incredible what he's doing in the NBA. Now, earlier this year, Giannis announced publicly that he wanted to stay in Milwaukee his entire career and retire a Buck. Durant was asked about this and he said, what I would say to him, I would tell him to play for himself because he's the one out there putting in the work. He's the one out there getting up in the morning, staying committed to the game. Obviously, it sounds good to the fans of Milwaukee and to the ownership because he cares so much about wanting to please them and play well for them, and I get it. But his career is about him. It's about whatever he wants to do and however he feels is right for him. And what type of basketball does he want to play? He's not going to stay in Milwaukee if he's not having fun playing the game. Now, although they were rivals at one point during the NBA Finals, Kyrie and KD do in fact have a good relationship outside of basketball. And with rumors that the two could be teaming up as Knicks in New York, ESPN's Brian Windhorst had a lot to report about during All-Star Weekend between the two, and he said, I've had someone reputable this week tell me the relationship is as strong as ever, that Durant and Kyrie talk every day, and if not, text every day. I was talking to some people who were with Team Team LeBron at All-Star, and they said that Kyrie and KD were like a middle school couple that weekend. Eating together, they were doing drills together at practice. I'll rebound for you, you rebound for me. I'll post you up, you post me up. They were eating together, they went to Miami together after the weekend. Kyrie started calling him my best friend. Now after this, Kyrie was asked about a viral video of him and Durant having secret conversations during the All-Star break, and he said, it's a video of me and one of my best friends talking, and then it turns out to be a dissection of a free agency meeting. Do you get that? Like, do you get that? And then I'm asked questions about that? That's what disconnects me from all of that. It's my life, right? It's two people talking, having a conversation. If this was the real world, would it be anybody else's business? It's a video of somebody assuming what we're talking about, making an opinion about it, right? So why would I care about it? Why doesn't it have an impact on my life? Why are you asking me those type of questions? But Kyrie's continued to praise KD regardless, and earlier this year when asked about him, he said, Kevin Durant has a presence about him that's really unassuming, but he dominates the game. Yes, he's on an incredible team, but he's also the best player on that team. Now with that being said, the same type of praise went the other way when Durant was asked about Kyrie after the 2017 NBA Finals. KD ended up explaining he knew Kyrie's talent wasn't something to take for granted, and he said, we had to be on point with those dudes. If we weren't, we were gonna lose the game. That's how talented Kyrie Irving is. He made me a believer last year. I liked Kyrie, but when we played against him, I'm like, oh, this guy is a king hooper. Kyrie playing against him in the finals made me realize how good he is. When we played against them, I knew we couldn't just come out there and we had to play the game. Now, interestingly enough, Kevin was asked about which players he likes to study film of the most, and he mentioned three, saying Kobe Bryant, MJ, and Kyrie. Just the way they move. I don't understand why people don't realize what they're seeing in these three, especially Jordan and Kobe. Kyrie's younger than me, and that's one of my best friends, so I watch his stuff. I get to play with Steph every day, so I know his game inside and out. But watching Kobe and Mike, I'm like, how do you not realize how good these dudes are? How do you not say they're by far better than anybody who's played the game? Just by the way they move, how fluid they are. I can't do what MJ does. I can't palm the ball. I wish. I can't shoot the turnaround, pump fake spin, half spin fade away like Kobe, or crossover like Kyrie. I can't do it, but I can try it. I can do it in my own version, do it my own way. It keeps me creative in my excitement level for the game. Now back in 2016 when Durant shocked the world, making a league-changing decision where he decided to leave the OKC Thunder for the Golden State Warriors, obviously many players around the league had their opinions, but Chris Paul was one who was content with his decision. Chris talked about this and he said, it's free agency, you know? You get the ability to choose. I remember I told KD, man, this is one of the only times in your career where you get to pick up and choose where you want to play and where you want to live. Enjoy it. His decision, it is what it is. I'm happy for him. Now, Joel Embiid is a king of social media in the NBA, whether it's a tweet or Instagram post trash talking, a hilarious post-game interview, or even his on-court antics that turn into a meme. And Kevin Durant as well is someone who's received a lot of attention for what he's done on social media posting, but Joel's antics are one that's caught KD's attention. And the two even got into a debate on the court this year, and Durant talked about this, saying, he talks a lot of, I need some energy, so I knew if I threw a couple words at him, he'll hype me up. It was fun. Me and Joel always, I've known him for years since he first came in the league, so it was nothing personal. In a post-game interview with KD after the Warriors beat the Sixers, Durant said, we didn't want to lose these guys, especially Joel Embiid. He would have went straight to Twitter and talked, but they've both given credit to each other where it's due. After the same game in an interview, Embiid gave high praise towards KD, saying, he's probably the best player in the league to me. But at the same time, Joel even tweeted out saying he'd take himself over Michael Jordan with a hashtag burner Twitter, trolling Kevin Durant for getting caught up doing things like that. However, Kevin Durant did in fact give him credit back where it's due, saying, Joel Embiid is by far the toughest center to stop in the league. You can get a bucket anytime, or just get a good shot anytime you throw it to him. Now if you guys enjoyed this video, you won't regret checking out trades coming to the Lakers. I'll see you there.